No more. All my ponytails have to be low key now. I did that to myself. I always get to this point where I end up cutting my hair because the ends are so dead and it just seems like it stays stuck there. But I will say the last time that I bleached my hair, I did a lot of damage. So I'm not surprised that this is what I have to work with after a haircut. But God forbid I keep staying at this length. I really want to grow out, but I just hate dead ends. But you ever notice when you have curly hair right after you wash it, after you've, done the initial straightening and got it cut, your curls be popping? I cannot wait for my curls to be popping when I wash my hair again. That is the best thing about getting a haircut, I will say. I mean, wearing it straight for a couple of days is cool, but that wash, that first wash after you get a haircut for curly hair, always just makes me so happy because they're just so juicy. The curls are just so nice, and I can't wait for that. Can't wait for you to see it either. Guys, let me know what you think of my makeup look today. Yeah, I'm gonna bump my hair a little bit, put on a nice little outfit, and I'm gonna go from there. But yeah, I took my time. So the other day, I decided I wanted to go sit on the porch in the front of my house, and I have this chair that I got from Academy. I mean, I've had it for years, and actually I didn't get it from Academy. Somebody else that I know gave it to me, and they got it from Academy, and it was already old when I got it. But anyways, I've been using this chair on my front porch for years, and so it's just a regular day. I'm going outside to my front porch, and I just, comfortably with my little exercise, I got my little massager. I just plop my ass down in this chair and the bottom just falls right out. Like, ass went straight to the concrete, and I think my spine like moved up into my neck. I mean, this shit hurt so bad. And the worst part, y'all, the worst part of it was there was a car like right at the corner about to turn onto my street. So not only did they witness me fall, but they witnessed that awkward moment of me seeing them see me, and then me try to like laugh it off and stand up and act like I wasn't hurt at the same time. And these motherfuckers didn't even have the courtesy to like drive by quickly. They drove by slow as fuck. Like, they watched me all the way. And I'm just so embarrassed, and I'm like trying to act like I'm not embarrassed, but I'm just like, I'm sure I was red. I'm sure like all of this turned red. And yeah, I just, and my ass was hurting for like 2 days. Like, this is day 3, and I'm like just now starting to recover and like actually be able to bend over and touch my toes all the way because it was so swollen. I don't know what was happening back there, but like just bending over hurt so bad. But I had to keep doing it so it wouldn't get locked up. But anyways, this is a good lead into what I'm going to be talking to y'all about. So I hurt my ass bone. Of course, I needed some pain relief. I didn't go for Tylenol or ibuprofen, any of that. I decided to use my peppermint essential oil to kind of soothe my pain. I didn't have any of the deep blue, which I really like. That is like the best doTERRA essential oil blend for like muscle aches, but it has peppermint in it, and peppermint has that like menthol. So like it really helps. I didn't dilute it as much because I really needed that strong, peppermint, that coolness to really soothe my muscles. And then I like mixed it before bed with some lavender just to give it that extra, relaxation. And then from there, I just, repeated that as often as I needed it. And even when I was a kid, I was the one who like got embarrassed by like so many things. I'm the one who got pranked. I'm the one who got beat up when the parents weren't around. But even still, like, it was a laughable moment, and it also just like reinforced to me like I could have like let that embarrassment go to my head and keep me down, but I just laughed it off. And I tried to apply it to life. I was just like, you know, this just means I'm just too big for this chair. And I was like, you know what? That could be profound. Maybe I'm just too big for this chair. Maybe I need to graduate and level up a little bit and get another chair. But also, maybe I need to level up in life. Boom. That's where I went with that. Yes, sometimes I do that. I take the simplest thing and I make it into something profound because I have to make sense of it, because what the fuck? Like, I just wanted to sit down and now I just fell on my ass. Ooh, lesson. Sometimes you fall on your ass because the seat you're sitting in is too small for you. Graduate to the next seat, bitch. Okay, it's time for me to get another chair. This last week, I've had so many aha moments as a parent, and I'm really grateful for them because, you know, sometimes we don't have a manual, and we know what we felt growing up when things were done a certain kind of way. And it's like this place we come to with our own children where we're like, oh, I remember when I was a kid, this happened to me. And, you know, the response that I got was like really traumatized me. So I have to ask myself sometimes before I respond to my kids, especially if I'm going to do it, like find myself about to do it similarly to somebody in my past who may have hurt me, is to really stop and ask myself, like, what did I need when I was that age? What would have a better response would have been to get to me? And I ask myself that sometimes, and I might not necessarily know every time, but the fact that I consider that really makes me a lot more considerate and graceful and gentle with my children. It helps my respond. It helps me to take a step back and remember that they're just children. They're so small and they don't analyze things the way we do. So sometimes when they do something wrong, it's not even like intentional. You know what I'm saying? But if we snap at them, then they think, oh, I'm bad. Something's wrong with me, you know. But I've just been trying to find ways to like get through to them and teach them things without yelling at them or without putting them down or making them feel bad. Because in my experience, that was what the techniques that people use to teach me. But I would be walking around on eggshells. And if we're really loving on our children and we want them to be free and be able to express themselves, we definitely don't want to quiet them by demonizing every little thing that we do. But we want to offer them gentle guidance and also, you know, repeating stuff, because they need you to repeat things, and I cannot fucking stand repeating myself. But it is exactly what they need to get in. And I've just seen my son, especially because my girls, my oldest, you know, children between me and my husband, my oldest daughter, Simone, she gets her attention. She's the oldest. My youngest, she will demand her attention. But my son in the middle, he has to struggle for his attention. And so he is more apt to act out. And I'm more apt to be like, boy. But now that I've kind of been meeting him where he is, he's kind of come out of his shell. And I really love that. I love seeing how trying different stuff brings different results. And just, you know, holding that up and comparing it to my childhood and some of the things that I experienced. So I thank God for the opportunity to be better than those who raised me, you know, in some of the ways. Now, there are people who were, you know, that I stayed with growing up that taught me a lot of positive things. So I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about correcting the things that were not right with my children so that they can learn something different. And it's not even a question when they get older of how they're going to treat their children because they've been given a proper example. And so, yeah, I'm just grateful to even be alive to make a difference. You know, everybody doesn't get that second go around or a second chance to redeem themselves. And so there's merit to being grateful for your past mistakes sometimes, because you can look back and see where you did wrong and you can correct it. And the thing I noticed is that when you're making changes in your life, there's that like place where you almost feel guilty for moving forward. Like you have to almost punish yourself for your missteps. And I noticed that a lot within my dad, just being around him and some of the mistakes that he made. It's like they hovered over him. and it affected like how he made decisions. It was almost as if he believed that he didn't deserve to be better, you know, and people would also like come at him sideways, like, how dare you, like, try to be better than you were, and kind of keep him down. And I see how that really affected him, and he would take that to heart and make that his excuse to not like continue to do better. But I'm saying this to say that is gonna come up when you're changing your life. You're gonna get this urge to like self-blame and like keep yourself like under this punishment. Like, you did the deed, you felt whatever you felt from it, you suffered the consequences for it. You can move forward. Don't let nobody let you think that you have to continue to hold your own mistakes over your head, because that is a way to control and manipulate you and keep you down. And I find like even the most well-intentioned people sometimes don't want to see you doing better if it means that they can't be the reason why you're doing better. And I know that sucks, but when you're growing, you're going to have to solely do that for you. And even when nobody's congratulating you, because there's going to come a point in time where, yeah, initially people are going to be cheering you on to change. But once you really start doing it, you're going to have to grow comfortable with cheering your own self on. And that's just what it is, because you're going to start, you know, getting under some people's skin, because like, especially if you're seizing the day and you're actually doing it, because there were people who might have been cheering you on that really don't believe that you were going to do it. And so you just got to believe in yourself. And for some people, that is the most hard thing, is to believe in yourself. Recently, I've really been finding my style. I grew up in a whole bunch of different, you know, group homes, foster homes, and things like that. And I was just kind of observing and absorbing everything from all of these environments. And I feel like my whole life I had this identity crisis of trying to figure out who I am and what I really like. And since I've kind of tapped in, you know, I'm 31, but I'm really starting to like realize what's me and what was like me living amongst other people. And I'm really starting to find my style, and I'm liking it. I'm like, I'm groovier than I thought I was. Oh, I like this color hair. Like, somebody talked me out of that one time when I was younger, but I'm just really enjoying figuring out, like, I like doing this, I like doing that, I like dressing like this. I don't care if they like it or not. And so that's real cool, you know, to finally be coming into that and accepting, you know, my own little funky flavor and owning it. It's weird because I feel like I should have been doing this when I was like 17, but for some reason I didn't. And I know this might sound strange, but I am 31, but I do not feel like I'm 31. I don't even be wanting to say that I'm any age. I feel like a young adult, like much younger than my ID says. Now my ass, since I fell the other day, but most of the time when I don't bust my ass, I feel a lot younger than I am.